Good morning everybody, and welcome to the April blog. We're probably going to be 5 or 6 things that we need to have a bit of a chat about. With at the end a quick update around the away day and what's happening in that next week on the 12th. So first things that I wanted to flag to everybody was the opening of our office in Malaga. Myself, Paddy and Stephen and Colin were out a couple of weeks back just before the Easter break for the official opening. I have to say that it was a fantastic trip. We've invested around about £500,000 in the actual building, office, recruitment, etc., getting the whole project up and running. And I have to say I was really delighted with the result that we have. We've got a fantastic location. Malaga is a great city, and I would encourage anybody that has the opportunity to take it to actually go and visit the office itself. But in addition to that, and probably more impressive, was the quality of the staff, the team itself. We're at 12 at the present moment in time working out of the office, and we expect that to rise over the next few months. I know that Paddy and Colin will be looking at people to volunteer to relocate and move to Malaga, and if you fancy a bit of a trip, make yourself known, get your hand up. I know Caroline and Shauna, who've been out there, sorry, Carolyn and Shauna, who have been out there for the last couple of months, have had a great time. So I encourage everybody to take a look at it. Moving on, staff and talent. We've had 7 new joiners, as per Lisa's team update from last night. One big welcome back to Scotty, who was one of our original graduates back in the day. Scotty's been with us for a while, but more significantly about it is that he's the 3rd person to rejoin the company in the last 12 months. So we're delighted to get him back into the fold, and I know that after one day being in the office, he's volunteered for Malaga. Imagine that, Scotty. But no surprise there from anybody that would know him. Moving on, New People's up and running. Lisa and Matt punched in a lot of hours to get that one over the line. So a big thank you and a call out to them. But I also have one request from them, and I'm guilty as well, but I'll fix that in the next 15-20 minutes. We need everybody to upload a photograph of themselves to the actual site itself. One of the main benefits from the site itself is their ability to actually know who we all are, to be able to recognise staff. So if you could upload a picture, we'd be very grateful. In addition to our staff and talent development, we've been working very hard in getting a new career framework up and running. The guys, in addition to the HR talent team, Lisa and Matt, I know that Colin, Mark, Neil, Paddy have been working very, very long hours over the last 6 months to get it in place, and I know that it's been run out to the rest of the company. So a big development. It's very much about personal development for our staff, and we can see the various pathways for people to progress their careers and their own personal development within the company. In addition to that, there's a lot of work going on in the background around various training programs. Our personal development program, our PDP program, is getting revamped for May, a relaunch in May. I think this will be the 3rd time, possibly the 4th time that we've actually ran the program. And certainly I know the feedback from people that have been through it historically is very, very positive. So I'm looking forward to that. We're also announcing our WIN program, our Women in our New Ada program. Our stats around women employment, lady employment are still very low, and that's something that I'm personally very aware of. Every recruitment we do, we just don't seem to be able to get the numbers. So if anybody's got any ideas or can introduce us to anybody that would like to work in the company, please do so. It's something that I personally would like to see change significantly within the organisation. In addition to that, to support the career framework, there's going to be a revamp of the New Learning Initiative. I think that work has been going on in the background now for a couple of months, and if it hasn't been announced this week, it's going to be announced very, very shortly. Coming on to the 3rd point I wanted to talk about today, which is our customers. Two interesting new initiatives, 2 interesting new customers in Bank of Ireland and AIB down in Dublin. The work that we're doing there is very much around, it's 2 big data projects. It's involving Power BI, and we've been sponsored into both of those organisations by Microsoft themselves. Big win for the data team. And the pilots that we're doing in both of those organisations at the present moment in time both have potential to grow quite significantly over the next months and years. In addition to that, the data team in conjunction with the innovation guys, the innovation team, Brendan Duffy's team, have been looking at our overall data propositions. And we're having a number of very interesting conversations at the present moment in time around our propositions and our offerings in that space, namely with the likes of Irish Water, BT, Buzzer and LPS, to name a few. And I think that over the next few months, certainly the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to see a fair uptake in terms of our services in that space. Hence, you'll have seen that the data team has been growing quite substantially over the last year. Customers, in addition to that, I spent a week in New York in February. I know it's a tough job, somebody has to do it. Myself and Mal spent 4 days, the Monday to the Thursday, running up and down Manhattan talking to customers. We had around about 21, 22 meetings. We met with existing clients and potential clients. We were with JP Morgan, Credit Suisse, Citibank, our good friends in Cloud9 that just started doing business with us in January of this year. I remember back 10 years ago when our first visits to New York, and I was reminiscent of how different this particular visit was compared to then. 10 years ago we were knocking doors and people were looking at us going, and who are you and what is it that you're doing? This time round, every meeting we had was about existing business or future business and was so much more positive. It was a great trip, so well done to Malachy. Innovation. Data has been a very big stream, or very big theme for us for the last year. One of the things that the guys wanted to do was to take a look at some of our existing skills and new evolving skills and actually do some sort of proof of concept internally. So they picked a project that is very close to our finance guys' hearts, which is an invoice reconciliation problem that they've had and we've had for forever. It's a process that's very manual. It involves a lot of big spreadsheets and probably takes Per Alison or Stephen, or probably both of them, around about 2 to 3 weeks to run through at the end of every month. We've went live. We're going to go. We did a soft launch of the development that the innovation team came up with about 2 months ago, and the guys are going live with it this month. And it's a process that now, instead of taking 2 to 3 weeks of Alison's time, we've got it down to minutes. We've got it down to about 5 to 10 minutes. So massive business improvement result there, and a massive endorsement of innovation, taking our relationship with Dictactics, taking real business problems and actually coming up with something that has a hell of a lot of benefit to the company. So great result there. Some general points that I wanted to talk about. We've been nominated again and awarded an award in the Deloitte Best Managed Company section. It was announced around about a month ago. In addition to that, we've been shortlisted for the Digital DNA Best Large Company Award section that's going to be announced towards the end of this month. So fingers crossed, hopefully we do well in that. And then that only leaves me really with the away day itself. So Thursday the 12th, everybody should have it in their diary. Bring a change of clothes. The weather hasn't been too kind to us so far this year. Luckily enough, the majority of the away days, for some reason, the weather has been fine. So hopefully we'll get a dry day. But there's a lot of activities planned for that afternoon. So arrive in something dirty and old, and bring something waterproof with you. And a bit later on that evening, we'll have a chance back at the hotel to change back into something warmer and more casual. So I look forward to welcoming everybody on that day, and especially our colleagues from Malaga. I feel that from a culture perspective, it's important that we integrate the two offices tightly and very closely, and we work very hard on our values and our behaviours in terms of assuring that they're aligned across the two sites. So I look forward to welcoming everybody next Thursday. I look forward to welcoming our colleagues from Spain, and we'll see you then. Okay, thank you.